Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting matchup here. We have the quarterfinals for the Super Cup today, and it is WASA Team 1 versus Salty. So it doesn't look like any big changes for Habib here. He's been playing Louisiana pretty much for the entire Super Cup, so we do have access to Habib's stream over on the WASA side, and we also do have access to Cranky Kraka, who is doing an unlisted stream as well. So I might be able to do some flip-flop back and forth between the two guys, and we can do commentary on both those live streams. The way it works for this, guys, is that we actually do have Hivehound and the Monk 52 over on their channels. They're doing the Salty perspective from the live stream on their side. So basically, as a rule of thumb here, it has to be an agreement between the two teams that if there's a little bit of we'll call it a conflict of interest when it comes to the actual streamers themselves. When we're doing commentary for our own team and we're going up against another fleet that has commentary going for them as well. So what I'm trying to say here, I guess, is I have Hivehound over on his stream. He represents Salty as a member of their fleet. He's going to be covering their perspective, and me as a member of Warfare at Sea Atlantic, I'll be covering our perspective. But we will not have access to the other teams. So he doesn't have access to the Warfare at Sea Atlantic stream, and I don't have access to the Salty stream. So with that being said, this is going to be kind of a good matchup. I think this is going to be probably one of the closest, if not the closest match that we've ever had over on this stream here. I do believe that this could very well go to Game 5. We'll see what happens. I know every time we've come up against Salty in the past, and I say we, member of Warfare at Sea Atlantic here, you got to remember, every time we've come up against Salty, it's always been a bitter fight, bitter knockdown, drag-out kind of fight. Same thing when we're talking about Crimson Dragons. They've always put up a really good fight too. But again, this matchup here is right away. We're talking quarterfinals. So the winner of this game will go on and face. It's going to be the winner of the Crimson Dragons versus Anchor matchup. I'm not sure when they're going to be doing their head-to-head matchup, but the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Anchor versus Crimson Dragons. That'll be a semifinals match. I know on the other end of the trophy, no, not trophy. The other end of the. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart with that. The tree is going to be, I believe, the matchup is going to be Pain versus UFO. The winner of that match is going to face off against the Hull Crushers, who had their matchup yesterday against the Wolfpack, and they were able to win that one 3-0. So again, the winner of UFO and Pain will go up against the Hull Crushers. So I think at this moment we're just waiting on Team 2 to show up. Obviously, that's our Salty comrades. Just waiting on them to show up, and then I think this game will be getting underway. So if anybody's wondering, I am mandated that during the Super Cup here, we do have to do a pretty substantial delay. I'm not going to reveal what that delay is just yet, but it's several minutes. So just bear with me. If you guys are going to try and communicate with me or have any questions, I'll do whatever I can to try and keep up with you guys, okay? I will keep my phone open to the comments section. I'll try and get back to you guys as quickly as I can. Hello, everybody. And like I said, I know it'll be a little bit delayed, but if you guys are sensing any audio issues from my end, like you guys can't hear me or it's coming through really scratchy or anything like that, please let me know. I don't think you guys will be able to hear anything coming from their games. I do have my Elgato muted. I do have my desktop is not muted, but I do have both of the links to their YouTube channels with their live streams going, and I have both those muted, so you shouldn't be able to hear them. Yeah, I think at this moment, Quaid, I wouldn't say no show, but I would say at this point the way I read your text message right now, we are 10 minutes past the 2 hour mark, the 2 p.m. mark my time, which was the slated time, 2 p.m. Central. I am pretty positive that they're probably just getting their people together and getting them ready. Anyway, hey Quaid, hey Joe, hey Siphon. What's up, guys? Anybody else jumping in? Appreciate you guys. Hey Releni, thanks, man. Yeah, good luck to the boys. Hopefully they do well. I will tell you one thing though. I am deadbeat tired, and when this is over, I gotta hit the sack, man. I'm tired. Gotta get some sleep. I gotta work tonight, so. Quaid, I can't do that anymore. I'd have to jump into their Discord chat in order to be able to tell them that. I think we pretty much know everybody by now and who we're facing off against, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, so I don't know what happened to Habib's stream, but we are live, so let's go. So we now interrupt this broadcast to bring you already started match from 4 minutes ago. I don't know what the hell happened to Habib's live stream, but thank God we have crankies. Unfortunately, that thing is really, really laggy for me. So that is just about the best we can do for right now, guys, and I do apologize for that, but we have to go with what we got. It looks like Warfare at Sea Atlantic's down a cruiser already, and looks like we have Cranky. He is contesting B-Cap with a Schlieffen. Interesting choice taking the Schlieffen. Heard this has been a pretty good pick for some people based on the fact that the secondaries cause a lot of havoc. So we'll see what happens for these boys. So it looks like Cranky was able to spot DeLima and Negan over on the south side of A-Cap for Salty's team. And Striker's Louisiana. Yeah, there is just nothing I can do about this. Cranky taking a lot of damage in mid here. Looks like he's got about 3 ships focusing him pretty hard here. Louisiana's getting shells on him. He does have Skeptical Axe there. He got him spotted in the Z-52. Hopefully his secondaries can get something. Oh, big hit by Habib there. Big hit. Is it too little too late for Cranky, though? Can he stay alive? Can he take down Louisiana? We'll find out today. He's got a flood and a fire on Louisiana. If he can take down Louisiana, this might be an okay trade for Cranky. And it looks like the Louisiana was able to damage con, so he's going to stay alive. That's big for Salty. Keeping their Louisiana in the game, being able to fire off those torpedo squadrons is going to be real big later on in the game. Hopefully Warfare at Sea can find a way to get rid of him. I know he's very low on health. There he is. Cranky's going to free cam right now to kind of spot some people here for us. Looks like Chris is over there on the backside in his Ohio. Chrissy. What's up, Chrissy? Good luck, man, if you end up coming back to watch. iPanda, that's a good one. Welcome to the Wanker Cup. Oh, shit. That's a good one. I like it. Jonathan and King Manches, Team Wankernomics. That's funny shit. Thanks for the laugh, guys. Appreciate that one. Sounds good, Quid. We'll see you tonight, brother. Hey, what's up, Sindri? Ooh, good shots there from Flame. Very good shots from Feel My Flame. Backing into Chrissy and his Ohio. Getting him bumped off the map here. Or bumping him off the cap here, it looks like. Looks like Flame's going to eat a couple torps there, though, from Louisiana. It'd be a big deal right now to get that Louisiana off the map somehow. That is going to be a struggle, though, for Warfare at Sea Atlantic. Yeah, I would not imagine that Striker is going to be doing anything here other than just sitting on the cap contesting and keeping his torpedo planes in the game for Salty. He's got good positioning right now. I see Chrissy's making a move at Flame. Flame's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place now that he may be pushed up a little bit too far. A couple guys very low on health, though. Yeah, and down goes Flame. Down goes Flame on C-Cap. So it looks like Salty's going to be able to come back and get C-Cap back. And and Striker goes down in this Louisiana. So it looks like the Warfare at Sea Atlantic cruiser on B is going to be able to take that cap back, but it is contested, so it's cruiser on cruiser action there on B. Looks like Razgriz is going to get the heck out of Dodge there, but it's not going to be enough. He is going to go down to Negan's shells in the Des Moines. Looks like he did get Negan with maybe a torpedo or two. Unfortunately, right now, Warfare at Sea Atlantic playing from behind with 4 on 6 here. 4 on 6 for ships. And they are down on all caps. So this is looking pretty grim for Warfare at Sea Atlantic here in Game 1. Like I said, guys, at the beginning, I thought this was going to be a very, very close matchup. And like I wouldn't be surprised to see this go to a Game 5. Juza was able to take down Kleber. Can they get the combined effort of Vlad and Juza, can they take down the Ohio? Potential for a ram coming? No, he's not going to make it. And now we have a 3v4. A 3v4, but again, all caps going towards Salty. Goofy Goober going to get shells in with his Venencia here. He might be able to take down this Ohio here. Yep, he sure does. And now we have a 3v3, but it's a caps game at this point. You have to sink them. There's just not enough time with 2 minutes to go. Warfare at Sea Atlantic's going to have to play ultra aggressive here, and they're just going to have to go head to head on all three of these guys. Unfortunately for them, it just does not look like their health pool is going to be able to cooperate with this. You have an almost full health cruiser over here going up against Goofy Goober and his Venencia. Name of the game for Salty right now is just to stay alive for another minute and 20 seconds. Ooh, and down goes Juza to the Worcester. Yep, I would say that's pretty much all she wrote here for Warfare at Sea Atlantic in Game 1. Game 1 is going to end up going to Salty. Nicely done, Salty. Nicely done. Cap control and too much damage were right at the beginning. I didn't, like I said, I didn't see what cruiser it was. We kind of joined this one late from Cranky Cracka's standpoint here from his stream. I don't know what happened to Habib's stream. Couldn't tell you, not really sure what happened, but it was frozen. And we kind of joined this one about 4 minutes into it, but I didn't see what cruiser from Warfare at Sea Atlantic was dead, but it was within the first 4 minutes of the game. Tough to come back when you lose a ship that early. You want to conserve as much health points as you can, but also be able to contest caps. And again, GG to Salty, well done. All right, so what's going to happen here is they end up playing the same map, but they're going to end up switching teams here. So we're going to see all the teams go into waiting for Q, and then they're going to switch up here. So Team 2 is going to end up being Warfare at Sea Atlantic for this one, and Team 1 will end up being Salty. Okay, looks like we have a new stream update here for Habif. I'm not really sure what just happened to Cranky Crackers all of a sudden, though. He may have did that on his own. Yeah, it looks like he may have ended his stream. We'll switch over to Habib's point of view. And game 2 is starting. So it looks like we're going to have Habif and Andrew over on south side of A. Looks like we have destroyer, cruiser, battleship on both B and C. I didn't get a good glimpse of who spawned where, but we'll see here as the match develops. Okay, so I understand the move from here from Habif. I think what Habif's going to do is he's going to try and nudge into B a little bit or get pretty close to B so that he can put his torpedo planes pretty much all over the map. When you get to the middle of the map in that Louisiana, you're able to use those planes pretty much in all directions for up to about 14.5, 15, 16 kilometers, depending on what commander he's using. And I do believe he is using the new battleship hybrid commander, Joseph Reeves. So with that being said, he should have a little more range on it if he's running it centric to torpedo build, a torpedo plane build. Looks like they have a Colombo spotted. That's pretty long range. It looks like he's out of gun range for Habif. Looks like Habib's trying to figure out a way to dislodge Negan from that cover. And looks like the first torpedo salvo there for Habib is going to end up with 2 torpedo hits on the enemy Louisiana. Looks like the AA was maybe a little bit too much there. Habib's going to take a shot at Negan across the map. If he connects real good here, this could do some damage. Oh, and he got robbed RNG-wise. Talk about swearing in Canadian and Spanish languages going on just now. What the fuck, eh? Looks like Salty making a hard push on the outside of A. There's a pretty good salvo from Habib. Looks like Habib took 1 torpedo from the Louisiana, but he was able to damage con it. Looks like it was a propeller bust there. First 5 minutes of the game, it's looking like a lot closer of a matchup as opposed to last game. Everybody's alive and nobody has any caps right now. Very strong aggressive push there for Andrew to get up to that island next on the left side of A. Looks like he's going to freeze the destroyer in place on that one. Airplane on airplane attack here. We got Louisiana on Louisiana action going on B-cap. Looks like he's going to get all 4 torpedo hits on Striker. In return, it looks like Striker's going to get 2 back on him. I would be expecting to see a damage control come, or a repair party coming here from Habib pretty soon. Still got 3 of them. There's that repair party we were talking about. Caps are really starting to tighten up here. There's a lot of ships in one area here between B and C caps. A lot of blue and a lot of red. Yeah, that seems like the most logical play here. It's going to be Habib going head-to-head against Striker and his Louisiana there. I think they're just going to keep trading shells and torpedo run salvos and just see what happens, you know. Decent salvo from one of his front turrets. Dropping torpedoes at Striker. Ooh, and he gets him with all 6. That's a big torpedo salvo right there, especially getting the flood. If he can capitalize on it, but it looks like Striker busted one of his guns. He sure did. It looks like B turret's throwing gang signs. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. I wouldn't be surprised to see another repair party get ripped off here for Habib, because he's getting low on health. Throwing the HE shells with no love. No love on the RNG there. Those shells spread out further than a bed sheet. Looks like Striker was reversing as Habib threw these torpedo planes. Is he going to get a couple more here? And it looks like he may hit him with all 6 again. Yes, sir, he sure did. Another flood. A war of attrition going on here between two Louisianas. It's kind of like that movie Highlander. There can only be one. Oh, his Skeptical Axe is coming in with a big YOLO run. Here come the torpedoes. Damn the torpedoes, Jim. Oh, poor Habib, no. Oh, the big YOLO run coming. That's a rough spot to be in. And I think that's probably going to do it here for this matchup for game number 2. Salty taking a big lead there with that big YOLO run coming from Skeptical Axe. That was well played. Very well played. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, snacky squirrel. The quicker the Warfare at Sea Atlantic boys can dispatch that cruiser that's spamming from back there, the better off they're going to be. Unfortunately, Flame is getting shelled pretty hard here, and we got to see some... Looks like Goofy Goober is going to be shelling some sap at that cruiser as well. A couple more salvos here. That cruiser should be off the board. This is still anybody's game. I may have spoke too soon. I may not have spoke too soon, but we will find out. Very interesting matchup here. Very close, too. That cruiser's very close to going down. Some sap shells, and there it is. Venencia takes down the Colbert. Looks like we have 2 cruisers there with half health, another battleship with half health, and then two of the destroyers still on the board here for both Warfare at Sea Atlantic and Salty. Warfare at Sea Atlantic holding on to about a 100-point lead, each one with a cap, and it looks like they're contesting B cap. So this is still anybody's game out here. It's the bottom of the 9th. The score is tied. It is time for the big one. We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. We have a battle between destroyers going on right now. Demo Dash Impact. And he takes a huge hit from Goofy Goober. Oh, but unfortunately the Columbo gets collected back with the Z-52 going down. So it's anybody's game yet still. It's a 100-point game. Feel my Flame moving in with his Ohio. It looks like he's getting secondaries on target. Boy, those sap shells from Goofy are coming in clutch. Vlad's posting up on the island trying not to get shot by anything too big here. It's going to come down to what the other destroyers are up to. That Columbo is very close to going down. This is still anybody's game, a very close match. Game 2 coming down to the wire. We got 2 minutes to go and 100 points. And Flame takes down DeLima in the Colombo. It's a 4v3. Flame is getting absolutely HE shelled. Worcester moving into position. They're trying to HE spam the hell out of Feel My Flame. Flame is just losing health left and right to this relentless rain of HE shells. Big hit coming in from Goofy Goober on the Worcester. Godzini took a big hit there, probably lost half of his remaining health. Looks like Vlad repaired back some health. He might be trying to push in there to get to trade off some HE shells. Still anybody's game. Feel My Flame is able to damage Con. He's still alive. We're down to 45 seconds to go. Warfare at Sea Atlantic with 2 caps and a 200-point lead. And looks like we got some DD on DD fights going on. Z52 and Juza and his Z52. At this point, even if they lose Juza, I think that other destroyer is just too far out of the game in order to make a difference. So it's going to come down to those 2 cruisers being able to take down 1 or 2 of the Warfare at Sea Atlantic guys with 2 caps. 15 seconds to go, though. Very close game. Godzini's moving in. It looks like they're trying to get Feel My Flame off the board. Not enough time. Warfare at Sea Atlantic with game 2. Score is now tied 1-1 going into game 3. Yes, it is a best of 5. Game 3 looks like we're going to be moving into Sea of Misfortune. Up, down, left, right, up, down, B button. Hadouken. Oh, Jonathan, I love it, man. Score is 1-1. Score is 1-1. It's a best of 5 there, Cole. And the start of Game 3. Again, I kind of figured this maneuver with Habib probably heading back towards C to make sure that he has his torpedo planes are able to cover a good portion of this map. A-cap is always a slaughter fest. It's really hard to get into A-cap, cap it without getting killed. You're having a heart attack. I'm over here just making sure I don't say anything stupid on live stream. You know, I thought of an idea of keeping myself muted and then being able to hear some of their commentary so that I can kind of understand some of the gameplay and some of the things that they've been planning. But, you know, maybe we try that on a different stream. Because again, guys, I could be listening to their audio and you guys would not hear it because Discord audio is not included on my live streams. I would expect the Warfare at Sea Atlantic destroyer heading towards A right now to play that very, very passively. You don't want to trade off a whole lot of points here. A whole lot of hit points just to attempt to get a cap that you may not get. That was a very quick spot and a very quick torpedo salvo just launched for Habib there. Let's see if he's able to capitalize on those torpedo planes. All 6 of them away. Let's see what happens. And he's going to register 5 torpedo hits. That's really big. 23,000 damage going to that Ohio. Negan taking up a defensive position over on A. Strikers Louisiana is over on the very eastern part of C. That's an interesting spot for Louisiana. Let's see if it comes into play here for them. Habib taking more of a central approach with his Louisiana, trying to keep his torpedo planes wherever he can launch them. Firing the front guns at Striker without getting spotted, that's pretty nice. No, Sick, I would agree with you. Nobody wants to see a raffle stomp. And it looks like Warfare at Sea Atlantic's going to take an early cap lead. Very good destroyer play by backing in and keeping that thing going Warfare at Sea Atlantic's way. Now they just got to play some defense over on A and make sure they can keep the points going in their direction. 2v1 on the caps. 2v1 on the caps. Looks like Habib's going to try a torpedo run on the Worcester. Let's see what happens. Salty's moving in. If they can capitalize with some shells on that Worcester, it'd be big. Demo Dash is way over on the side there. Very aggressive move for Demo to be all the way out there. He's got a cruiser shooting at him, and it looks like he's got the Z-52 looking his way as well. There's Chris in his Ohio. You guys should be getting a little bit of desktop audio now. Looks like Chris is going to move forward to try and dodge those torpedoes coming in from Habib. Does a very good job of avoiding them, but is he going to push too far forward on that cap? We're going to find out. Chris with the very aggressive push through mid here. Ohio's got a good health pool and good secondaries, but is he going to be able to survive that? Ooh, and Warfare at Sea Atlantic is down 2 cruisers now. Habib gets 3 torpedoes and a flood on the Ohio. And down goes the Daring, and down goes Juza in the Z-52. So both destroyers down, 2 cruisers down. Not looking good for Warfare at Sea Atlantic here in Game 3. And Flame is down in the Ohio, bringing it down to 3v9. Or, excuse me, 3v8. That's looking like all she wrote for Warfare at Sea Atlantic here in Game 3. You got to tip your hat here as Salty with very, very good map positioning and knowing when to push. Obviously some good communication going on their side of the map. I'd have to say, unfortunately, WASA folded like a wet sack in this game. Oh, the shells are just relentless. Habif is now the cutest chick at the prom. She's not getting one dick. She's getting all the dicks. Hang in there, guys. You'll get them on Game 4. Good luck. I feel like I've said it a couple times now, but I said this may have the makings of going to a Game 5. We'll see what happens. And it looks like Warfare at Sea is attempting to make an in-game trade. I too good for y'all for Andrew KRS. I'm just kidding. We all hit wrong buttons. Walter, they're pre-chosen. The maps are pre-chosen. And now we have the start of Game 4. It's still the Sea of Misfortune. It's just a side swap. Teams 1 and 2 switch. Switch sides.
Starting
So this is a change up from the ordinary. It looks like Habif is actually going to take an outside approach on A-cap, going to the west side of it. Let's take a look over at Cranky Cracker. He is fully engaged right now in his Conqueror, it looks like. So not as slow developing over on this side of the map. However, Cranky's got all sorts of glitching going on his capture device. We'll stay on Cranky's viewpoint at least until we get some spotting and some damage going down on Habib's side. It would appear that Cranky's going to try and stay in the middle of the map here to keep shells, keep HE shells raining and keep damage cons going for Salty. We'll see if he's able to make an impact doing such. Ooh, Demo Dash just took a torpedo. Demo Dash just took a destroyer torpedo. Shots going down range for Cranky. Oh, and Vlad was able to shell Demo Dash. That's a big loss early. Big loss early. Looks like we have a Warfare at Sea Atlantic destroyer pushed into both C and A caps. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on it with that one Kleber being down. Very good defensive positioning for Johan. Cranky's going to try a torpedo salvo here on Johan. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll find out. No, it looks like he backed up and back to the reversed and to the right, so he'll avoid those torpedoes. That move forced the destroyer off the Warfare at Sea destroyer off the cap on A, but he was able to get it capped. 3 caps to 1 at this point. 8v7. All right, let's go back and take a look at what Cranky Crack has got going on in the middle of the map in his Conqueror. Oh, he is getting shelled. Cranky's having a rough go of this one over in the middle. Looks like his Elgato capture card is working to perfection. Ooh. Cranky's down to Striker. It is now a 7v7. It's now a 6v7. I am not sure what happened to Habib. Last I saw, he had a lot of health. I don't know if that was a devastating strike or if he took torpedoes. I wasn't paying attention on that one. But it looks like Warfare at Sea Atlantic has lost Habib and Cranky Kraka in rapid succession. Still a very close game we have here. It's nearly tied on points. And we have 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go. The problem for Warfare at Sea Atlantic is they lost 2 big boppers right away, and that in very rapid succession. That hurts. Warfare at Sea Atlantic may be looking for Salty to make a mistake here, but I'd have to say Salty's been playing it pretty smooth so far. I really haven't seen any big mistakes made on either side other than what I missed in that first game. Boy, Negan and his Des Moines on the middle of A-cap just took a big salvo from somewhere. Took a big salvo and just lost half his health. Salty losing a ship right here puts them down on points. The Z-52 keeping Negan spotted at range here. If they can keep shelling Negan, they can take advantage of the fact that he pushed up maybe a little too far. Ooh, but Andrew just took a big slap from a battleship, it looks like. Another salvo coming in. Oh, he just took another Citadel. Looks like from the Ohio. Chrissy may be hitting him in his Ohio. It's either Chrissy or Stryker in his Louisiana from that position. No pun intended here, but Andrew's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's got torpedoes coming. He's got a lot of people spotting him. Looks like he's going to be able to avoid these torpedoes. Negan very close to death over there on A-cap. He's still spotted. Razgriz is blipping the heck out of Negan right now with just a sliver of health left, and it's like nobody can shoot him. Andrew comes out with shells loaded. Can he get him? No, it's a miss. First salvo's a miss. Second salvo nailed him, and it's down. We are back to 6v6. Unfortunately, it looks like Warfare at Sea Atlantic might be losing Delta Cap. We'll see what happens here with destroyers being able to push in on D. It looks like the Colombo might take 1 torpedo here. Andrew playing the high island hopping game. That destroyer doesn't look too healthy at this moment. Oh, Razgers just took a big salvo from the Colombo behind him. Andrew moving into position here, trying to get some shells downrange. Trying to help out his Warfare at Sea Atlantic teammates the best he can. Johan gets Razgriz. That's a big loss for Warfare at Sea Atlantic. And down goes Vlad and his daring. That means both destroyers are gone. All the heavies are gone for Warfare at Sea Atlantic, and unfortunately, it is looking like a salty victory in Game 4 for Warfare at Sea Atlantic. Unfortunately for those boys. That's going to be all she wrote, I think. Zhao takes down Juza and his Des Moines, and it's now a 2v6 with 3 caps going Salty's way. That is going to be all she wrote for Warfare at Sea Atlantic in the SuperCup. Congratulations to Salty. Moving on to the semifinals. They'll be facing the winner of Crimson Dragons versus Anchor, I do believe. Anchor. A-N-K-E-R. Anchor. Again, guys, Salty's just a very good matchup. Just a very good team. Always giving Warfare at Sea a run for their money whenever they get matched up against them. Got to tip my hat. Great positioning. Good gameplay. A little bit of RNG, a little bit of skill, and some good map positioning go a long way to win these games. And I got to tip my hat to Salty. They played very well in these 4 games. All 4 caps going Salty's way. It looks like Warfare at Sea Atlantic was able to get the Colombo off the board, but it's too little, too late. I don't know if I had enough gameplay footage to be able to pick an MVP for Salty here, but I'd have to say Chrissy and his Ohio did some pretty outstanding work in that Game 3, and definitely in this Game 4, putting some big shells on target on a lot of different people. The Colombo as well. Very, very aggressive. So, again, congratulations, Salty. GG, guys. But that is all she wrote for Warfare at Sea Atlantic in the Super Cup. And it looks like most of the streams have ended here for the boys, so that's going to be a wrap for me myself. I'm gonna sign off, and congratulations again to Salty, moving on to the semifinals, facing the winner of Crimson Dragons versus Anchor, and then on the other side we have UFO facing off against Payne's Armada. They'll be facing whoever the winner of that game is. That matchup will be facing Hull Crushers. Yonkonomics signing off from the Super Cup. Everybody, have a good night. Take care of yourself.